Woo, what a day. It's a pretty day. It could be about 10 degrees cooler for middle October, but hey, it is what it is, right? I hate that saying. Hey folks, welcome back to another edition of Somewhere Downrange. Yeah, I've been out of pocket for a while. I've been busy shooting piggies. Jesus. There's a lot of, there's a pod of about, there's one pod that's about 15 or 20, another one that's over almost 40. And got into them pretty good last night again. And I was up real late and I'm kind of tired. So. But I'm glad you came back to see me. I'm glad you stopped in. And today's little offering, and I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. As you might have told by the thumbnail. Talk about one sexy little beast. Woo! A Uberti. Smith & Wesson model number 3, Schofield 7-inch Hardin. John Wesley Hardin did favor this pistol. That's what they tell me. I never talked to him personally about it, but it's a pretty son of a bitch. It's, man. Now I know why they cost so much. Man, anytime you see me deciding to spend $1,800 on a pistol that's single action only and only holds 6 rounds, bet your ass it's a pretty son of a bitch. It's gonna have to be. So I'm sure you guys have seen these on the videos all over the tube for several years. So, and I'm not, you know, trying to act like I'm introducing something new. This model's been out for a year or two, but this is, you probably can't see it from this angle. Maybe you can if I get the right angle on it. Color case hardened receiver with the niter blue, or they call it fire blue, and some people call it charcoal blue. Man, that's some pretty shit. Okay, I'll give you the extra money. That costs money. So, yeah, I'm not going to bitch about it. Sometimes you got to pay for pretty. Just ask any girl down on 4th and Walker in Oklahoma City. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, it is the 1875 Schofield 7-inch model, and they call it the Hardin, color case hardened lower frame, and it's beautiful. Got that buffalo horn grip. Obviously it's not real buffalo horn. And my phone's going off on me again. My microphone's probably picking that up. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, a lot of money for a really pretty gun. I'm not going to shoot it a bunch, as you know, over the time I own it. And they tell me that this niter blue has a tendency, once it's exposed to air and fired and fouling and nitrates, it actually has a tendency to fade into a different kind of a dull gray, gunmetal gray kind of a list. It ought to be pretty cool, but I hope it doesn't, because it's too damn pretty like it is. But it is the second model wherein you just use your thumb to break it open. Has the auto eject, and I've already test fired it, and it did a good job. So I'm gonna come out today and just kind of check a little accuracy with it, just practical accuracy. I'm not gonna get all pistol benchisty and shit. Got 2 different loads that I'm gonna be shooting through it. Some Hornady cowboy action loads and some MagTech. So far the testing I've done, those 2 shoot about the cleanest, because let me tell you, Aguila, Fiocchi, within 6 rounds your cylinder looks like you've been shooting real black powder. So without any further ado, I'm going to reset that camera angle. We're going to throw some of the MagTech in first, see how it does. I'm just going to step out at 15 yards, shoot some steel, you know, try to keep it in the center. Hopefully it'll do its thing. So without further ado, stand by. You got 3 minutes to get the hell out of town, Red. That's all you got. The road or a box. This won't be a fast draw demonstration because fast draw with live ammo is absolutely dangerous. It'll just be a demonstration. Right in the heart. Oh, Red's dead. Oh, right next to it. Ooh, one in the neck. Another one there with him. Another one there with him. I'll tell you what. Ooh, I just shot him in the groin. Well, he didn't like that. She's a shooter. And actually, it's balanced enough you can twirl it. But I ain't doing it over dirt and rocks. And of course, one of the finest aspects of this weapon, ease of unloading. Well, most of them anyway. Fear not, this happens. There's nothing you can do about it really. It's a foible of the weapon. Sometimes you get cases that are just a little sticky. There ain't nothing you can do about it. See, you just want to push that bitch out. You don't want to come out. And now it's under the star. So, for $1,800 fucking dollars, you get a gun that is fun until it does something stupid like this. Then you gotta go through the fucking rigmarole horse shit of getting an unstuck fucking case up from under. You imagine doing this on horseback? A foible of a pretty gun. Alright, let's fire some more ammo. Now I know don't look all Western, but hey, steel, lead, 750 feet per second. Yeah, let's don't take any chances. What do you say? Now, I guess the reloading part is a little easier on horseback, maybe if you got the reins in your teeth. I can imagine trying to load this or a Colt single action Army, either one, but that one does seem a little quicker. And if you're skilled enough to reload a 6-shot pistol on horseback at a dead run, you're a fairly skilled individual anyway, right? So, those first 6 were MagTech. Let's shoot some of the Hornady, see how it does. Red, I told you to get your ass out of town, man. And we're going to take just a little bit of a sight picture. And it's shooting it to the same spot it shot the other one. Man, I tell you what, I don't think you can beat it. Now, I will say that this sight is a brass blade. And it, in the right sunlight, is easy to see, but that's a heavy son. Kind of hangs out there on the end of your arm and wants to drop a little. Now, let's see if there's any difference in extraction for the Hornady, seeing as how it doesn't have that Winchester style case that has the indented belt that keeps the bullets from seating back. Look at that. All 6 of them. Yeah, baby. Good enough for me. Now let's try 6 more of the MagTech. See if it does that shit again. What do you say? Yeah, this is MagTech in the belt. What am I doing? Let's do this cowboy style. What do you say? It's like, I got this shit all up in my belt, but this is an old belt. It's in the, I had to take it all the way back to the back of the strap. I was a much bigger individual when I bought this belt. But, yeah, it's working all right. Them loops are pretty tight. But really, I think you'd want them to be that way. I wouldn't want my bullets just jumping out of there. Let's see how they do. Let's do it two-handed this time. See how precise we can get. Right in there. Dang. Ooh, this thing's a tag driver. Wow. 7.5-inch barrel. Get the job done. Alrighty. And they all jumped out too, so it only happens now and then. That's what I used to tell my third ex-wife. Stand by. Yeah. It's pretty fun, and you know, it only had that one failure that one time. She is accurate as shit. This thing is a shooter. I was pleasantly surprised. Damn bug in my mouth. So I've got a mix and match of the MagTech and the Hornady here. And I'm just gonna throw them in there willy-nilly. And we're gonna do a up close and personal. What it looks like to have one of these bad boys going off in your face. Let's see, I think I'll aim over there. You can bring it out. Oh, if that'd been a man, he'd be dead. This thing, it points better than my 3-inch. That's wild. I haven't missed that tree yet. 15 feet away. Dead center, chest hit. By God. This is a badass gun. I wish I had a camera on the tree. Right in the nuts. Was that 6? Find out. Yeah, alright. It's a fun little gun, boy. I mean, it just gets out there. But there's that little foible again, and those are MagTech with the belt. Alright, stand by. Let's have a little after action. What do you say? Woo, yeah, baby. That's a fun little piece. Well, it ain't little. This damn thing's probably 13 inches long. At least. And she sits up really hard and heavy and fast. But that's cowboy action loads. They're supposed to do that. I'm sure with your regular 925 feet per second normal velocity loads, probably wouldn't get near that dirty, but whew. She's a shooter. I am impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. I will say something for the finish on this Niter Blue. It's delicate. It's delicate. I laid the pistol down on my console in my truck, which is made out of rubber and plastic. You know, the surrounding lid's plastic. And just the barrel was hanging off the end of the plastic about that much. And I picked it up, instead of going straight up, it just kind of did that. And you can see where it did that. $1,800, and I just pissed a fucking little bright line in it. Oh well. You live, you learn, right? Well, anyway, for a pistol, this model, 1875, 150, almost 150 years since it came up, and the technology's been available to make them and do the case color hardening and all that stuff, because Winchester used this style of blue on their Lightnings in the 1880s. It's not even real buffalo horn, but it is pretty. I'm not trying to look for things to ding this pistol, because I don't want to be thinking that I got buyer's remorse, and I don't, because it's a shooting sumbitch and it's fun. And You just have to, I shot cowboy action before. I did Old West gunfights and gunfighting troops. And you just have to accept the fact that weapons of that era, although most of the time, and it had no failures to fire. The cylinder always rotated. It always fired accurately. It never misfired. You just have that one little foible of, you got to kind of remember to get that latch open and then twist and turn. And it usually just pops them right out. Gravity's your friend in just about all aspects except maybe getting older. And if you didn't get wider and thicker, well, it might be your friend. Anyway, but you would think with that technology to be able to make these, and this is made just like they made them in 1875, shit, you could make them cheaper. I always bitch about the price, but it is a pretty gun, and it shoots well, and it's accurate, and it functions 99.76% of the time. You know, I mean, it's just those two little issues, and like I said, it's really just they tell you that's the way you want to do it, because it puts a little impetus on the cases. Inertia, impetus, whatever. Big words. And I like it. Now that sight is a big brass half oval, and it's really shiny. And when the light is from the proper direction, boy, it stands out. But it only stands out on that part of the radius of the curve where it's related to the angle of the light. And in other places, it has a tendency to just blend right into whatever you're pointing it at. A black disc, half disc, would have been nice. I'm not bitching, I'm just saying. But she does her thing. She's a pretty gun. She's feeling solid. Ain't got a bunch of wiggling play and shit in her. And one nice thing is, even if this hinge, even if you used it like a damn old gunfighter and marshal and over and over and over and over again and carried it through 3 cavalry engagements and everything, even if that got a little loose, one nice thing about it is the sight plane is 8.5 inches, and both the rear and the front sight just lock in. You know, that's pretty handy. That's pretty handy. As long as this is tight, it's in proper relation to the front. Well, I hope you like this. I tried not to get long-winded, and I tried not to find anything to bitch about, but I always do. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, it could be worse, right? I could have paid more money for one that had all that engraving and stuff on it, and it'd still do all this shit too, right? Well, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoyed the Smith & Wesson #3 second model Schofield 7-inch Uberti Hardin, and they ain't paying me to say that. You know I don't monetize. I have no sponsors. I enjoyed it, so hope you had a good time. Hope you might have picked up a little something, and stand by, because I'll be coming back with something pretty soon, hopefully, and I'll be seeing you good folks real soon somewhere downrange. Bye. Red, get on your horse. No, he can't. He's dead.